Hey guys, it's Heather Creekmore from CompareToWho.me, and you're watching this Spring Break Free. We're on day 24, and today we're going to talk about community. That's what we're going to talk about today and tomorrow, actually. And I'm going to be honest with you. I find community difficult. See, I'm kind of type A, individual kind of person that prefers to just do my own thing most of the time. I fear that other people slow me down. I don't like a lot of drama, and I tend to want to be alone. Even though I'm an extrovert, I enjoy my time alone. So I find community hard, and a lot of people do, I think. Because community is kind of messy, right? Like, you've got to open yourself up, and you've got to get involved with other people, and sometimes get involved with their junk. And sometimes there's conflict. A lot of times there's conflict because we all have one way of doing things and believing and thinking about things and understanding the world, and other people have their own ways of understanding the world and doing things and thinking about things and believing things. So why should you bother? Why should you bother with community? Well, straight answer is because Jesus says we should. Boom, there it is. The Bible tells us that we need community. The Bible tells us to be in community. If you are a Christian, if you call yourself a Christ follower, like, it's not enough just to watch church on TV and know some Christian people, okay? Y'all, that doesn't count. That's not what God's word instructs us to do. It instructs us to be part of a body, to be part of a family, to be in close association with other people. And when we do that, we allow other people to speak into our lives, which isn't always fun, honestly. No one likes to be called out on stuff, right? But it also gives us support. Y'all, see, like, God didn't give us all the gifts, okay? Like, I'm not good at everything. He distributed the gifts, right? Like, the analogy he uses in Corinthians is, like, we all are different parts of the body. There's eyes, and there's legs, and there's arms, and there's toes. Like, I don't know what the toes are, but we all have different parts. And let me tell you, if you've ever tried to walk without using your toes, like, it's really difficult. Like, even toes are important, okay? But we need each other. We need each other. And what happens when we're isolated is things get worse. Like, I can just tell you that firsthand. When you are shut off by yourself, there's one person you think about more than anyone else, like, just in general, and that's you. But when you're shut off by yourself, the amount of time you spend thinking about you just vastly increases, okay? That's not healthy. Y'all, that's not healthy. That's not the way God intended it. Okay, we're not loving others well if we're not in community with others. And we're actually not allowing other people to use their gifts and to love us well if we're not in community with others. So my question for you today is, are you in community? Do you go to a church where people know your name and know your stuff? Maybe not all your stuff, okay? Like, it takes time. But do you go someplace where people know who you are? Are you willing to be known? Because if you struggle with your body image, and you struggle with the sin of body image idolatry or beauty idolatry, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch days like 12, 13, and that'll explain that more. But if you struggle in this area, you need people around you. You need accountability. You need friends. You need friends that can encourage you with the truth of the gospel, not friends that'll just say, like, oh yeah, well, I feel fat sometimes too. Like, that's not helpful. You need friends that will encourage you with the truth. Are you in community? Do you have people? Are you known? Do you know others? Are you loved by others? Will you allow people to love you? And will you love them in return? That's my question for you today. We'll talk more about community tomorrow on the Spring Break Free.